guys, welcome back to What You Don't See. Today we have a very, very special topic. We are going to be talking about standards of beauty and cosmetic procedures. It's a kind of hot topic because a lot of people have conflicted views on like, is it okay to get surgery? Is it okay to get Botox? Is it okay to do all these things? And I am of the belief that you can do whatever you want and whatever makes you happy. What do y'all think?
Go for it.
Well, I think part of the topic too was how do we as women support each other with different views on cosmetic surgeries and whether you like it or you don't. How do we get past the judgment period? Because I think a lot of times from the past, based on all the marketing and everything that men would do, women were not supportive of each other. We've gotten past that. Now we're in a world where women are more free and can do more for themselves. And we all see beauty in different ways. And, you know, it's not about makeup and lipstick and stuff like that, but it's just beauty is what in the eye of the beholder, really, truly, right? And so how are we still growing into who you want to be, however you want to be with Botox, cosmetic surgery, fake lashes or whatever, but still be supportive of the woman next to you?
Yeah.
I think that's the topic.
I love that. I think the same as you, whatever it is that makes you happy and makes you feel more confident, more empowered. I do feel sometimes I'm guilty of judgment where I see like, oh my gosh, like that's too much, or you know what I mean? I mean that's the only judgment I've truly done, you know, like, oh my gosh, like, or like,
that's
why,
not for
like,
that's not for me.
Or
just
like,
chill out a little
like,
bit.
wow, you look
Or
so
you're
good
too
before,
young.
you know, or like, no,
Or
like
you're
you're
too
like those.
Yes.
That's probably I've been guilty of it. That's probably like the most negative, you know, judgment I've thrown out there. But of course, it's not that I'm telling people, oh, like, did you see this? Did you see what she did? And you know,
It's just
more of,
self-reflection.
like self-reflection. Like, no, like, why did you do that? Like, you already looked so beautiful, you know, before. And it's mainly because like you already did look beautiful, you know. But yeah, I'm all about whatever makes you feel good.
I'll be completely open and honest. I had a nose job. That's all that's all I had.
You look great.
And I posted about it on Instagram.
You did share.
I was super open about it because I feel like people are shamed for getting things done. And it's like, I have more friends with breast implants than friends who don't have breast implants. And they're so like, they don't ever talk about it. And I'm like, y'all should embrace it. Like encourage young girls to do, not to get surgery, but to be confident and to do whatever it is to make you happy.
If it makes you feel good, get boobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so happy, and I was saving to get mine. I remember, and I knew I wanted them since my son was like 10 years old, because your body changes.
Yeah.
And I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, I don't like this. And then the day that I saved enough and I went through the process, it was the best.
And
no
you were
regrets.
probably like, I wish I did this 10 years ago or had
Yes.
saved up for it 10 years ago.
And now I want a few more things, right? Which hopefully, like a mini tummy tuck. You and I have spoken about that. You and I have been talking about our...
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sitting in certain areas because I'm the older of the group. And so, you know, because there's certain things I might end up doing more for myself in the future.
And we're doing it for ourselves.
Right.
The only thing with me, the only judgment I have is when it's very young girls in their early 20s getting Botox. I just feel they're so perfect and they should embrace that youth. That wait till you're, you know, getting to your 30s, 28, 29, 30. I still, okay, it's preventive maintenance, right? But early 20s, I've seen too many, and that really does break my heart.
With Botox, I'm not really sure why, because they don't have any wrinkles.
Exactly.
Unless they do, right? Because some girls do develop wrinkles very young. And
Skin, based on how
yeah.
your skin
And so if they do, okay, I get it. You want to improve your appearance. But if you have zero wrinkles, I think they're just getting it for the thrill of it, maybe.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe
Back
because
in
we're
the
hyping
day,
it too much.
Yeah, when the whole Botox started becoming a little bit more, you know, commercialized, it used to be older women that would get it, you know, normally. But now you see, I mean, as young as what, 18, 19,
I've
girls
seen
get it.
them.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. Like, you have absolutely no wrinkles. Like, I feel you still have the baby fat. Like, you're not even like, fully developed. So I just wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I started getting Botox at like 27, 28. But because I started seeing the fine lines, right? Like I was like, okay, now it's time to like smooth them out, preventative. And now it's just like every 6 months, just a little bit to prevent the lines from really setting in. You know what I mean? So I have nothing against it. But kind of like you said, if you have absolutely no wrinkles or lines, then
Don't
maybe,
do it,
maybe
just-
hold off. I don't know.
I would say so. I get my Botox, and unfortunately, I need to get mine every month and a half because my metabolism is.
She's
so-
bragging.
I'm
Wow,
bragging,
her
yes.
metabolism is so high that she has to get Botox every.
No, really,
Humble
it eats it
brag
up.
over here.
It eats it eats it up. So right now, because I'm in my feminine, I activated my feminine side. I've been actually going, which I have an appointment tomorrow because it's already been a month and a half, and look, I'm already there.
Oh, also, let's not forget that some people get Botox for health reasons, for
That's
migraines
true.
and
For
stuff like
migraines.
that. So
Yes.
we really don't know why people are doing what they're doing. I would prefer to just not judge. Every once in a while, I'm like, no, like you overdid
Yeah.
it. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. You know
your
what I
choice.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
As long as they're happy with,
as
you
long
know what
as
I mean?
they're happy,
Exactly.
that is
Not my
all that
monkey,
matters.
not my circus.
And at the end of the day, it goes away. Remember,
It
Leah,
does.
when I got that Botox years ago, and it left me looking like a chipmunk?
So what happens? Like
It did. I looked like a chipmunk for like 3 months.
I'm not too educated on the subject. What happens like when it goes away? Like when you metabolize the what is it, the
Nothing.
Botox?
It just goes
I
away.
did my lips, and they were like that for like a week, right? And then they went down, and then they went down, and now they're just like they are normally.
Normal?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been like
Yeah.
2 years.
But
Filler-
it doesn't become like how would you say
Toxic?
Like, it doesn't not like loose, like it doesn't loosen up your skin after it's like super tight. Does it go away? And
Maybe
then,
if you really overdo it.
if you make
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what I'm
make them,
wondering.
yeah.
I'm not too sure, but I also have lip filler, and that's one thing I wish I had gotten at 18 or 19 because my lips were so thin. And now I'm glad, like I'm much more confident in like my smile. Like when I would smile, my top lip would just completely disappear. And so now I'm like, of course, like looking at me, is it obvious that I have lip filler?
No.
not really, no.
I guess because I know you since you had this.
Since I had the thin lips, so I don't think I look like crazy though.
But no, it
Well,
doesn't
I
look
think,
crazy.
I think that when you first get it, like the first month, it's noticeable
Yeah.
because your lips, like mine, the first week, my husband was like, "Oh my God, what did you do?" Like, I was like, "Leave me alone."
But now they look so natural.
Well, yeah, but it's been 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm like, maybe I should go back.
Like a tiny
you know?
little
like
lip plump. You know what I mean? It's not. Like
I'm debating on it. Like, I want it, but I'm scared. But I do. I might just end up doing it.
well, you naturally have big lips, so I don't
But
think you need it.
the upper one is already kind of going zoom.
I'm
Because of the
scared.
age.
Like I don't know. If,
You're
like,
scared of the
I'm
pain?
scared of the no, not of the pain. I'm scared of like getting like the lips and then not liking it,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that's what I'm scared. But like you guys have been talking about, like you do have to go to someone
reputable.
Yes.
that knows what they're doing.
You talked
know?
about that earlier when we were
Yeah.
talking about the chin. We talked about research.
Do your research.
Don't
Look
just
at
go
their-
across the
yeah. Look at their results. Look at photos of their results. Talk to their their former clients. Be like, did you like it? You know, read Google reviews. Before I got my nose done, I looked at so much of her work, and what I loved is that her results looked so natural. Like, I don't think you can tell I have a nose job, right? She's board certified. You know what I mean? Like I did a ton of research and then I decided to do it. I didn't just go with like,
Right.
you know, any doctor.
You
or
don't
any-
have a Barbie nose. You have a
I
normal
don't.
nose.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. So doing your research is super, super important, and talking to former clients is super important. Getting their honest opinion.
Seeing the results and knowing, researching, I think.
But yes, I am not against it. I love cosmetic surgery.
How do y'all feel about women being transparent about their cosmetic surgeries? Do you feel like women should keep it to themselves because it's their business and nobody else's business, or do you think they should be transparent about it?
I think
Well,
it's really up to them. Like
I
whether
think if
they
you're
wanna
asked,
yeah. If you're asked or if you want to share it,
Yeah.
cool. If you don't, then
If
don't.
you're asked, is it okay to lie and say no?
if it's your choice
If
to.
it's
I
your
mean,
choice.
I mean,
That's
you're
what
not
I
gonna
don't
lie to
like.
like your friend, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
But a lot of women lie about it, you know, until you, I don't know, you see them like really up close or.
I am all about doing what makes you happy and do it like being confident and like who cares? I'm doing this for me. I will be honest, I like when people are transparent about it because if they're not, they are teaching young girls this body is attainable.
Yeah.
And it's not, because they got
Yeah.
BBL, tummy tuck, and it's like, what sort of example are you setting for young girls? They're going to look at you, and they might ask you, do you have work done? You say no, and they're going to be like, oh, I'm never going to look like that.
I'm never going to get there.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's different.
I think that's the way we grew up, without knowing that pictures would get edited on magazines,
Yes.
without knowing the whole like Photoshop.
Victoria's
like,
Secret.
You know what I mean?
know.
We grew up that way, believing that Victoria's Secret angels were,
They look
that
like
was
that.
it, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, of course we grew up all depressed and
Yes, like,
super.
and then
my hot model
as
body.
Hispanics,
Yeah.
as Hispanics, we're curvier,
Me
right?
too.
And
Yeah.
so you're like, I'm never going to be
Bigger thighs, cellulite,
I'm
all
gonna go
that.
to the restroom and cry. I'll be right back.
little
Okay.
shorty girls over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. My curves never came in the mail,
You bought your curves.
but I bought my curve. There's an example.
Yeah, you
Yes.
bought the curves that
If
gave
we don't
you
get them, we buy them.
that confidence.
Yes.
So I appreciate transparency. Okay, I respect you don't want to throw it out there for the whole world to know, but I appreciate transparency. That's why I shared my entire rhinoplasty journey on my Instagram, because I didn't want to set a weird example for people. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I don't get anything done.
So for example,
You know,
That's very different.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very different.
So Crystal
Cristal.
Tapia, she just got lipo, and
she's
and
very
she
open about
She
it.
was super transparent about it. She told everybody from like booking
Every
to-
process, yeah.
like she showed everything
Every
on her
detail.
stories,
And I love that.
I love that too, because people that, for example, me, that I'm not an educator in this subject, because I've always been petite. You know, I've
Yeah.
never thought about getting
Lipo. Yeah.
liposuction or now maybe, you know, I've thought about it, but I'm the type of person that like, I'm gonna work for it first, you know, like I'm gonna do
Yeah.
the jogging. I want to like build it up myself, just because like that's my goal, you know. I
Right.
want to build it myself first, and if it doesn't, you know, if it doesn't give me the results that I wanted in the end, then yeah, I'll probably get the little tummy tug, or just the little, you know, abs mark. I don't know.
ab
Like, who knows?
sketching.
Ooh, I
It's
love that.
nice. It's nice to me. It's nice nowadays because it's accessible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's accessible.
It's accessible to everybody. Like I said before, I feel before it used to be like very rich, wealthy women that would only get Botox, you know, or the surgeries or cosmetic. So now it's more commercialized. Like anybody can get it if you save for it.
Exactly.
And I think also you made a really good point, knowing that if you're going to be deciding to do a surgery, that you have to put your frame of mind to continue that. Just because you have surgery, it doesn't mean your body's going to stay like that. If you
You
do
still
not,
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
if
you
you
still have to
do
work for
not
it.
persevere and change your lifestyle, you will end up at the same place in a
Right.
few years. You have to have the mindset of why you want to get the cosmetic surgery. One, like if you want to get a tummy tuck or whatever, because you don't feel like you used to, or because you're older like me and you had 3 kids, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh my God, like I'm never going to have a flat stomach ever again. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So what do you want to do? You want to go get a tummy tuck, and you want to, you want to get that BBL that they call it. So it's okay to do those things, but just remember your mindset has to continually be, I'm going to have to maintain it if I want to have this body, because it doesn't just stay like that because you get sculpted into it one day.
Exactly.
True.
I feel it's kind of like a shortcut, or they want to create a shortcut into achieving something, but then you have to upkeep it.
have
you
to
know?
upkeep.
Because I think that's one of the, like probably the top 3 issues that every woman that goes to like lipo encounters, that they stop taking care of
They stop
themselves,
taking care of
or
themselves.
they feel they're gonna stay that way forever. Like I have plenty of aunts that got the lipo, and you know, it just didn't look like they got lipo after a year.
All that money wasted.
After
Yeah,
2-3 years,
you know,
your body goes
It
back
goes
to
back
its
to-
normal.
yeah.
It's like Botox. It you know
Right.
it's only going to
It
last
goes
so
away.
long.
Right.
It's a lifestyle change.
And especially for women, I want to talk because I'm older than you guys and I've had my kids already. Like you guys, you guys are going to still have kids or whatever, but I've had my kids already, right? And so if your body will never be that of a 20, 30-year-old ever again after 3-4 kids. You know
Right.
what I mean? So it's okay to do what you want to do to your body to make yourself feel good, as long as you're doing it for you.
Right.
1, you don't do it for a man.
Never.
2, you don't do it for the people that you're surrounded yourself with. 3, you know that your mindset and where you're going to take it to for the next level, and that you change your mindset in your lifestyle so that you can maintain whatever it is that you decide you want to achieve.
I love that. Yes.
Yes. You'll see me with a tummy tuck before the age of 50. It's going to happen. It's been out in the universe. And
I love that you're being open about it too.
oh yeah, and I'm very open about my breast implants and my Botox.
Yeah.
I don't mind sharing. I don't mind telling
Yeah.
people where I got it because obviously they don't look real.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
They do.
They do
I
look
didn't
real.
even know
You're
you
very
had-
petite.
really?
Yeah, I had no idea.
My doctor
wouldn't
was
have
very
known.
good.
Yeah.
No gatekeeping, guys.
No gatekeeping.
Hey, so how do you
Email.
guys feel, for example, about like a lot of women going to the same doctor and kind of like
Looking the same.
looking the same? Yeah, that happens a lot, right? Like,
Well, since we live on the border, for those who don't
Yeah.
know, we live on the border. A lot of people go to
the same
Reynosa
doctors. Yeah.
because it's cheaper. I get why they do it.
So dangerous though.
It is dangerous.
So
What happened in
dangerous.
Brownsville, Matamoros?
Yeah, that was
People were
so tragic.
dying.
Three
like
three girls,
Did
three
she-
women
she
died.
died?
they died.
They
like 3 or
died.
4 girls
Yeah.
died because they weren't I guess they weren't sanitizing.
I think
correctly.
They
I
got
think that's
meningitis.
another one of the reasons why I don't get it, just because I'm so scared.
scared.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not like a fear, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could be able to do it if I really wanted to, but that's one of the main reasons. I've read so many, you know.
Horror stories. It's like
Yeah.
anything. Get LASIK. Don't get LASIK.
Yeah.
You know what? There's
Yeah.
just so much fear. I think your point that you made earlier on was just do the research.
Do the
And don't
research.
just take it for granted or try to get it done cheap.
And don't go to don't go to the cheapest.
Don't go to the
Like,
cheapest
save up.
person.
No,
Like save
exactly.
up. Go to a board certified.
And talk to your friends that have gotten it done. Ask for recommendations.
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to call Cristal and be like, hey, give
Where
me,
did you go?
give me the
I
deets.
already have. I'll give you the
Oh, you're
doctors.
gonna give-
I
you're gonna
asked
give
her
it
in New
to
York.
me.
I was like, "Who did it? I want to do research." I've never had anything done on my body. I don't know that I ever will, but if I decide to do it, that's my decision, and I'll probably share it with the whole world. So
Yeah, same.
I'll give you Cristal's doctor because I loved how open she was with her journey. So
I was gonna pick you about my doctor. Well, the first doctor that I went to, he wanted to do them extremely big, and I remember I couldn't see my feet, but because they were so big. Because you know how they put those?
Yeah.
Well, they put some fake ones.
Yeah.
Some silicones, fake ones. So I'm looking and I can't see my feet, but that's what he was aiming for. And I gave my deposit and I was gonna do it. Then Giselle's like, you need to go to this other doctor, right? Go to this one. Now he was more expensive, so I had to wait and I lost my deposit over here. But this one was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that much.
Yeah.
No, look at your body, especially in the field that you're in. You can't
Yeah.
afford this. So we went smaller and I was happy. Imagine
Yeah.
I would have been like,
you would have been very like unprepared.
Dolly
You're
Parton.
already so petite.
Yeah.
it
You're
would have
tiny.
been very.
I would have
like,
been Dolly Parton.
disproportionate.
Not that
That's
there's anything
where
wrong with her. I mean,
unproportionate.
she's
Yeah.
beautiful, but she's always
But-
talking about her boobs and how
Yeah.
big they are.
Are hers fake?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never looked into it. I love my doctor. He did a great job on me.
Oh, I didn't see. I didn't
even
even
know.
know.
He did a great job. But he didn't do a tummy tuck. He just did a BBL where he just removed some. for
Oh, a
me.
fat transfer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So not in your butt.
Yeah. He put some over here in the behind.
I didn't know you
Oh,
had a BBL.
wow.
What?
What did you go with?
A guy in Houston.
Very natural.
With lots of research, but that's what I wanted. I also didn't want anything excessive. I just wanted a little bit of a lift. 3 kids later, you know what I mean? I work out. I worked out my whole life, 2-3 times. Work out with Candace Fox. She's freaking amazing.
She is.
Yeah.
And then I could never get back to what I wanted to get
You
back
know what?
to.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that,
Yeah.
Sarah. Because I would have never known. Now I can be like, Sarah, what was your experience like? Did you you know what I mean? I can feel more confident if I decide to
What
do
was
that
the
in the
recovery?
future. So did you do a fat transfer into your breasts as well?
No.
Oh,
No.
so nothing.
My boobs. It was just from here to
To
get
the
rid
butt.
of the extra
Oh,
weight.
yeah.
I love that. I'll probably get that because I'm.
But I
super-
didn't. You don't
a little
necessarily need
flat
a
in the
tummy
booty.
tuck because I didn't get a tummy tuck.
Yeah.
It's when you
It's
have.
just a fat transfer.
It's just taking out some
I
of the
like
fat
that.
and
Yes,
moving it.
I'll probably get that done.
Well, that chin doctor said that he could get this fat and put it
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And I'm like,
could get- I
so
think
I have
any-
You
that
have no fat in your face. You have no fat whatsoever.
I'm like,
Anyway.
I have that much and it could fill this up.
You're so
Anyway,
cute.
I think the moral of the story is like support each other, do what makes you happy. Who cares what other people are going to say? And just support other women in their journey. Make them feel confident and beautiful.
Be positive, whether you feel like they look natural or they don't, or just,
Yeah.
I think the end of the story is we just
Get passed by the looks.
right.
and-
We all just need love, right? We want to radiate love, and when things are going really well for you, all you do is
Yes.
out love,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
And so just may everything go well for you so that you can just continue to love on women.
I love that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next episode of What You Don't See.